Alrighty, everybody, let's kick off the final show of Tournament 9. We're here at the Grand Finals, and hello, joining me on the line is RNG. How's it going?
Hey, Jaws, how's it going, man?
Going good, good. Pretty stoked to see some high-level duelist of the DGG variant before it transforms pretty radically. Some of these decks that existed in this tournament might not exist anymore, and there's going to be a whole lot of new ones. So pretty excited about all of that. And as for who we've got, it's none other than kopiuyt and Venator at the top. This I was looking at some of the previous stats. This isn't kopiuyt's first time in a tournament for sure. He's been in the second one, the third one, fourth, fifth, sixth. Basically ever since the second tournament, kopiuyt's been in every single one with 2 wins. Venator, his only prior tournament was 7. Which kopiuyt actually didn't place higher than him in that tournament. So last time that these two met, Venator ended up coming up ahead. But kopiuyt had so much confidence that voted that the winners should have some kind of advantage. We actually didn't opt for that, so this is going to be an even match. First to 3 wins. Cool. We've got this Kaziva combo that we're not seeing a whole lot of. And this Riva combo that we're seeing quite a lot of. Some excellent movement tech there. Venator has the Maeve deck that we haven't been seeing much of, and the Ragnora deck that's been getting a ton of wins. So curious if they're going to be using their mainstays or if they're going to bust out the alternate decks. Yeah. Alright.
We'll just see probably mainstays. Just going for the wins.
Yeah, unless there's a funny matchup, but maybe we'll discover that along the way. Are you ready for game number 1 of this best of 5?
Ready.
Alright, we're going into game number 1 in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh, and indeed. Venator did say that he wanted to use the Maeve deck at least once. Why not start with it? And what a start. Having 2 carry-on collectors in the opener is kind of the dream.
Wow.
Venator going to have some handsome discounts and then going to have a Nightmare Operant that's going to be free. Replaces and finds instead a Reaper, much bigger hit. Kopiuyt found Shiro Puppy Dragon. Really nice opener. Probably gonna put the Healing Mystic somewhere, and then has a opportunity to Jux to get rid of the Carrion Crawler. Might do that to deny the mana, but valuing the Jux a bit more. Gonna just run Shiro up front. And this is good placement, because if the Mystic was up front, it could just be destroyed easy. I mean, they're finding a Lurking Fear as well, so... has all the discounts that he needs.
Wow.
Now just needs card draw. We've seen it many times before. The Shiro Puppy Dragon is generally the MVP, so it gets immediately answered by the lure. Which is a good play because it enables everything else to be played out now. Venator opting to not drop the Azure Horn Shaman. Could have done it, but is valuing it more as a replace option, I think. Hope it's probably going to want to drop a Panda. Reaper of the Nine Moons costing 2 is one hell of a discount. It could potentially find something like a Deoltis. Could grab a Onyx Jaguar out of it.
That'd be the dream.
Bakezori wouldn't be bad, but a lot of it is synergistic to work with Songhai tools, so it's not the end of the world if Reaper high rolls. Okay, so the panda's out. Leaving this mana spring around. Venator actually doesn't need the mana spring anymore. It doesn't have any card draw though, so the speed is slowing down. Really needed something like a Vivisection or one of the Dying Wish drawers. Could potentially still run out the Reaper and maybe Azure Horn Shaman just to take the mana. Seems like a pretty nice play. Getting the buff on the Husk is what makes it really nice. Kopuyt's got a ton of buffs. Needs a single Heartseeker to really get working.
That's it's a big Reaper.
It's also a really big panda, and the panda's going straight face. Healing Mystic might also go in. It's probably going to be eaten by some other minion if not. And the Heartseeker in the back. If it can stick a turn, then Killing Edge becomes incredible, and it might, because the Flyer's going after the panda instead. And the Reaper found something else with Scythe. Pretty appropriate.
Wow.
Gonna be reaping with Deoltis here in a minute. So although Venator has no cards in the action bar, this board is quite nice, and these Desolators can just be played over and over again. Needs to do a diagonal step up and left with one of these Desolators destroyed to escape the Deoltis for just a turn. But this Heartseeker would really rather just hit Maeve. So maybe a Blood Tier Alchemist takes out a Desolator, a buff goes on the Heartseeker to go face. And then it's a race to ignore Deoltis. If it gets too close, it can get Juxed maybe? Nah, Jux is swapped away. Kopuyt has the option to answer Deoltis with Deoltis, and Venator's last draw actually was incredible. This was the perfect card to get. Pretty sick top deck.
He's got 3 of them in there, so.
Yeah. They do so much work. You pretty much need either this or Gate of the Undervault. Desolator's being cleared. We're probably going to be seeing a... Yeah, here it is. Dio. And it's critically out of range of this other Dio, so it doesn't just spawn a Tombstone. because it's kind of like your opponent just gaining 10 hit points. It makes sense to approach the Heartseeker. Just put some pressure on this ranged minion. Diltus gets crunched. And the Tombstone actually spawned in such a way that the Heartseeker got caught. So this movement really paid off.
Yeah, that was a good play.
Yeah. And a Nakamata deployed. And it was placed there so the Tombstone wouldn't spawn on top of the other Tombstone and get each other stuck.
Yeah, that was really good placement for this Tombstone spawn.
Yep, and these Nightmare Operants show up, so they just get dropped for free. Mechazords are going to start getting shuffled in. Mist Dragon Seal is quite nice, because this Heartseeker can escape the provoke. Could potentially hit for 6 and come at a pretty rude angle, but we see the demonic lure, so it'll just immediately get caught again. Shiro Puppy Dragon pumping up the Tombstone's always really good. Maybe Shiro comes out. There's enough mana to play everything, but it's probably worth it to play everything because the board's getting pretty intense.
It's gonna lock Venator down with the Tombstone.
Yeah.
Needs to make sure it steps away so it doesn't get locked down by the other. Yeah. Okay.
Oh. Can interest you in a Killing Edge on the Tombstone. This thing doing a nice impression of an Ironcliff Guardian.
Gonna play Puppy or no?
Yeah. Yes. Puppy on the Tombstone and another Heartseeker. So 2 Heartseekers hitting for 2. This board is awesome. There's only the one lure to deal with something. And only 7 hit points. Venator could heal up with the Desolators. And Kopiuyt's gonna struggle to push more damage when Jux is the only card left. Venator's got 2 mana to work with. It's probably just gonna be a Vorpal Reaper somewhere. Nope. Not yet time for the Vorpal Reaper. The ranged minions need to be dealt with.
Oh.
And this play does shuffle 2 Mechazords in, so replacing became a lot better. It's too bad that the replace happened at the start of the turn. But subsequent draws could be good. Kopiuyt's got a single Jux. Switching Tombstones actually allows 5 damage to come through, +2 from the Heartseeker, so Venator can be put down to 2. So this Desolator was actually necessary to survive. Extremely threatening tombstone. This is answer or die situation with 2 hit points, and Venator replaces doesn't find anything. Really nice Jux.
Drew another Jux.
Tombstone just out of range of the Heartseeker, so I can't lock it down. Yeah, and even if there was some way to do some provoke lockdowns, the second Jux showing up could do some funny business. Doing some extra actions, but game number 1 going to kopiuyt.
Wow.
Yeah. And then this is first to 3.
Intense. That was a good game.
Yeah. Swapping in the big tombstone. Killing edge on the tombstone was so killer. Really gave him the edge. Ready for game number 2.
Ready.
Oh yeah, we're going into it in 3, 2, 1. Pace through play. Alright, so we've currently got kopiuyt up a game. Venator choosing the left side. And running back the same decks.
Yeah, rematch.
Yeah.
Deck rematch.
Has Lurking Fear, has the Carrion Crawler, pretty nice. This time actually has the Vellum Scribes.
Yeah.
So might be able to...
That's all the good stuff here.
Might be able to take off.
Yeah.
Had too much of one half of it last time. We actually have the exact same opener here from kopiuyt. This is another game, though, despite how identical the openers are. I like this Chaos Elemental.
Yeah, I hope that sees some play.
Yeah. So there's no turn 1 whip to deal with the Shiro. kopiuyt's got a fine selection of minions to pick from. Probably going to want to drop a Dioltus. Carsey the Crab is here. So one line of thought was keeping Shiro alive by just retreating with it, and then the other is grabbing the mana, which is usually the more important play to do. Probably going to see something drop right next to Shiro to benefit from the plus attack. But only one thing can drop, so it's probably going to be a Dio. Maybe Bakezori. Bakezori is here. Alright.
Oh. I thought we were going to see a Jux and a kill.
Yeah, saving the Jux for later. Wouldn't be able to just draw cards off of it at this point.
You gotta always worry if you leave minions on the board, they're gonna get bumped up by as your orange shaman.
Yeah. So clearing is generally gonna do you some good. Carry on Collector, no reason to not go in. And a very bubbly attack animation that I hadn't noticed before. do love these sprites. Reaper and Void Hunter. Threatening some boards and cards. Can't escape the Reaper because it's got flying. So Bakazor is just gonna have to bonk into it. It drew an Onyx Jaguar, which would have helped the movement.
Whoops.
It might actually still be good to play out the Jaguar and then just immediately Jux. But instead we've got a Heartseeker plus Bakazori the second. Chaos Elemental ends up betraying Kopiuyt. It's working on the other side now. It's just that chaotic.
Wow, I was hoping we'd see Chaos Elemental played. Here it is.
Well, here it is. Just not for the player we thought it would come up for.
Right.
It's actually quite good here for Demonic Lure if Bakazor needed to be dealt with immediately. Instead, just gonna punch and fall back in like a L shape, doing that night movement that Morgan's been talking about. And a Klaxon in the face. If they were really lucky on the Chaos Elemental spawning, the Klaxon could have potentially locked down the Bakizori. Gonna be pretty happy with the Klaxon. Meanwhile, it might be time for the Jaguar with some Jux and lots of card draw. Klaxon gets Juxed away. Yeah. That buys Kopiuyt another turn or two.
Nice. Probably see Jag placement.
Maybe not the Jag, because maybe a double spell would be better, like a Dio plus a Shiro. Nah, Jag too good. Yeah, because his Heartseeker's ready to go. Venator's gonna have to use another Demonic Lure to summon the Jaguar. Kopiuyt's gonna want to take a step up to not get wailed on by Klax. Or step left.
Might want to body block the Jaguar.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Okay.
With the step up, but
Yeah, it doesn't want to get whacked. Plus, you're forcing Venator to take some damage.
yeah. Alchemist here ends up blocking the way. Immediate movement from Klaxon, moving so quick you'd think it's a battle pet.
It was so fast.
The turn like barely clicked over and this thing was already swinging.
Ooh.
Ironclad could immediately be crunched, and there it is. Mass Dispel. Cool text boxes and buffs have just disappeared. Looks like Night Watcher is the best way to deal with Klaxon. Kopiuyt disagrees. Here's another Jaguar.
Oh.
More Jaguars, more power. But we're probably gonna see
stuck in the corner though.
Yeah. Well, no fear. This Klaxon's being challenged. Kopiuyt doesn't want to corner himself. Gonna be paying a steep blood cost. But one Jaguar allows the other one to trade into the husk. Veneator with a free minion and sacrifice to draw 3. Pretty nice. That would cost a lot of mana though, and Veneator's having some board and hit point issues otherwise. Oh no, the Jaguar became more powerful when it was lured in.
Oh.
Fortunately, the creep will be able to finish it off. But that's an interaction that might be able to catch someone unaware, so beware. The demonic lure only makes it more powerful.
Yes, good thing he put it on the creep instead of miscalculated it. Yeah.
Gonna need this aphotic drain pretty quick. Second Heartseeker way out of range of the Shiro, so it's a lot more complicated to remove. And this Dio hits hard.
He's really putting in some work.
Yeah, Kopi's coming for a second win here at this rate. Veneator healing for 5 and then buying himself another 8 hit points with the Tombstone. Gigantic heal. It has enough mana to play out a lot more. Probably gonna see the Reaper. Nope. 4 damage from this. Teleport the Dieltis into swinging range. Panda hits for the rest of the damage. Game number 2. Going the way of Kopiuyt. It's a good thing we don't have a winner's side advantage because we might already be over. But it's a best of 5, so Veneator could actually get back into this, winning the next 3 in a row. Otherwise, it's going to be Kopiuyt's 3rd trophy. It's a lot of trophies. I'm kind of surprised that it's still the Maeve that's coming out instead of the Rag, but maybe just feeling that these high rolls can get there with these cheap minions and big draws. Even though Reaper isn't able to get that big of a hit. It's not as simple as steal the bomb. Ready for game number 3.
Rag now, aren't we?
maybe it's time for lizards.
Yeah, probably. I am ready.
Alright, we're going into game number 3 in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, Kopiuyt currently up 2 games. Veneator choosing the left side again and choosing Maeve again. This actually might be an intentional deck position option. Being able to always choose that you want the left side and choosing this deck in particular. Because decks with bigger bombs and higher drops are sometimes wanting this right side. finally have different openers. No carry-on crawler, no Shiro. Double healing mystic. Seems like a poor use of cards. Otherwise, it's a poor use of mana. Okay, healing mystic in the middle. It can contest the top or bottom mana pretty nicely. Oh, Venator finding a Nightmare Operant. Pretty nice. At least has a Lurking Fear to get some discounts coming. Might want to just capture both mana. Or, here's a kind of play. Very aggressive Diltus. And all it takes is one of these Azure Horn Shamans to pop, and then suddenly Diltus has incredible stats. Kopiuyt could potentially get the Onyx Jaguar, and with a Jux in hand, that's a real consideration. Only problem is would have to move a minion to get it, so that's a buff just wasted. But it would allow this Diltus to get just choked by this Healing Mystic, so it's probably worth it.
I'm thinking you gotta take out Azure Shaman with Doltus not nearby. Maybe.
Yeah, that's possible with the Jux.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah. Probably much better play overall, not able to hand off the extra hit points to something like the Tombstone, and able to clear quite a lot there. Really nice turn from Kopiuyt.
That was good, yeah.
Currently working with no discounts. Might be seeing a Lurking Fear just to fix that. Because Demonic Lure isn't going to work on the Jaguar, because it pulls it forward, but it stays at 3 health.
Oh, right. Will Venator remember?
They had that interaction last game, so at least it's going to be fresh in mind. Extremely dangerous backline cat. Very appropriate deck mascot. Lurking Fears here, the Abyssine discounts. Could potentially use a Demonic Lure on the Healing Mystic just to get rid of a minion, but that's kind of a weak use of it, so opting instead the drop a Void Hunter.
So out of reach from the other minions, forcing Kopiuyt to go up and smack it if he wants to kill it, or be scared that it gets bumped up by another shaman.
It ends up not getting got on. I would have actually put the Void Hunter back so there wasn't the option of the general hitting it, because I feel like the Void Hunter is the only way this Jaguar is dying.
one step up by healing mist.
Yeah, it's enough for the buff. Dio placed in range of the tombstone, so I can't even move.
Nice.
Okay. Venator able to lasso in this Onyx so the Void Hunter can finish it off. I don't know why Riva didn't go for the Void Hunter. Kopiuyt could have just kicked this unit off the board and protected the cat. Because there's not a lot of hard removal for Venator, really relying on being able to do some damage. Okay, game is continuing. The Jaguar has been solved. And there's some nice stuff going on. A lot of card draw. Maybe more Mechazors are in order. Pretty nice positioning. Kopiuyt just gonna have to chip down this tombstone, waste a turn on it, basically. Maybe healing mist, it can be replaced for something huge. There's some consideration to Mist Dragon seal the Heartseekers so it can destroy these 2 toughness minions easily. Although that spell gets replaced and instead we've got this pig.
That's a good draw.
Yeah, this Punisher pig,
Good replace.
especially if it can be relocated, it can just do so much. Cleans up the whole board and pushes lethal. It holds these buffs really nicely. Kopiuyt able to take out the tombstone without the general touching it. So I was able to do a full clear. Venator with the instant replace. We got so many Nakamadas. Void Hunter and Nakamata aren't what you want with the Azure Horn Shaman, because you don't want them to stick around. So we're probably just going to be seeing 2 Nakamatas dropped, or 1 of each. Placing to get this Heartseeker chase down. And this one to block against the pig. Well, this ends up being pretty reasonable. Kopiuyt replaces and finds the mascot. Jaguar is here. Ooh.
Wow.
Time for all these minions to get basically a Wanderer buff that stacks every turn. It's like God Crown is online.
Some real problems now.
Yeah. Going to need to replace and find a lure to take out this Jaguar. The Jaguar actually would have been the best hit for this Reaper of Nine Moons, just to be able to steal them from this deck. Venator's health is dropping rapidly. Needs to draw something like a Decimate.
Ooh.
Dispel all enemy minions actually is pretty close to that. This is an out. There's a critical flaw though. The BBS is on cooldown and there's no way to sacrifice it. Oh no. Oh, the replace that would have neutralized the whole board. can't be played. So Venator just has to survive one more turn for it. This Wild Tar is going to be hitting for lethal if it ever gets in. And we can see the Jux to sneak it in anyway.
Yeah, I think that's the game.
Yeah, all roads leading to kopiuyt getting an even larger stash of trophies. Gonna have so many trophies they're gonna go into the middle of the screen or like overlapping these cards. Well, running out Ironclad anyway, because if it ever does fall over, then it would completely solve everything. But as we can see, an excellent card. Juxtaposition. kopiuyt taking the finals 3-0, completely destroying the whole tournament. Well played. Yeah, that.
GG kopiuyt.
Yeah, GG kopiuyt.
GG Venator.
Yeah, making it pretty far. We'll have some excellent prizes to hand out that you can just contact Helgen to tell him what your preferred payment method is, and yeah, he'll hook you up with some funds. Congratulations, this was a lot of fun. Had a lot of excellent games throughout. There's some really quality VODs and replays here, but actually the replays are going to stop working pretty shortly here, because the changes that are coming are going to be so drastic that it's going to be totally swapping stuff around. But I'm glad we got everything in time. We even gave Helldude a little bit of extra time, so it could potentially launch a day or two early if you wanted. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, it's crazy times here at DGG.
Yeah, it's going to be so up in the air. I'm not even going to host a tournament next month because no one's going to know what's up. There's going to be so many rapid changes that don't want people to register with the list and then Helgen to like kill the deck. That'd be pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll do maybe some streams or some highlights or some replays from the upcoming changes.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be doing some changes, just looking at the deck list and maybe spinning the wheel a bit on what deck to play and then doing some stream games like that. That could be a lot of fun. But for now, let's call it a show. 3-0 kopiuyt. Congratulations one last time. Our 3-time champion. No one has this many tournament trophies. It's a sight to behold at this point, and a clear favorite to win any tournament that he touches. So, pretty cool stuff. It does it with some style. Love what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
All right, we are
Well
out of
played.
here. Got any final messages for everybody? The usual thanks, Helgen.
Yeah. Thanks to you. Thanks to Helgen. Thanks to all of our players.
Excellent timing, everybody.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Get
procrastinated
everybody
just as much. All right, might as well wrap it up there. See you guys on the other side. Have a great rest of your summer. Adios.